then I lift up the baseline and connect it to that spot I cut over here. See, this is still way too long. I comb it towards my line, and then I lift up my line all the way to that point. Because you can't, it's almost hard to cut it like that, so that's why we lift it up. Comb it down. See, and then always in the back, see how I cut it? I never cut it like that. I always say in that, look, when you come in with that V shape like that, I always stay in that 45 degrees where you end up in. So when you have too much weight, don't, look, I'm not talking about that bottom fade, but if you're working on the connection, stay in that diagonally line, yeah? Then you never go too short in the back. So guys, there's still a few fine tuning I want to do. Look, but it's also important to step back once in a while. Yeah, especially when you've done all the, mostly I do this like when I blow dry everything, then I start blending. Before, I'm going to take a good look first. I'm going to get myself a cup of coffee, I'll walk back. Then I do it, and then somewhere in the end, like now, yeah, make sure he sits up straight, tell him, tell him not to move when you walk away, because I know everyone wants to look at me when I'm walking, but I want him to look the same way so I can take a look where, you know, look around your shape, yeah, stuff like that. They'll see a little bump over here in the back.
A little what?
Bump, yeah, just some hair sticking out. Yeah, it's all about the outside shape. Oh, and now look, the last part. You know, you can do whatever you learn and gather the knowledge over all the years you're in the profession, or even when you look at. You know, when I started, that was really terrible. When I started as a hairdresser, then then you see everyone's hair everywhere. You know, you're paying attention to everyone's hair. Then you go to the cinema, go and watch a Mission Impossible, and the only thing you see is Tom Cruise's hair all the time instead of the movie. Oh man, that was so messed up. I don't have that anymore that much, but still, you know, you're looking for details, I mean. So, you know, you can see maybe a little bit point cutting here and there. Just do whatever you want to finish it up. You got that nice little present over here. It's gonna turn into a tree over there. Happy little accident, right? Mm-hmm. That's what he said. For all the young people.
With the video
with the wig,
with the wig and everything.
Oh. I don't know if people are gonna be offended by that.
Have like a squirrel in his pocket?
Yeah, the squirrel is yeah.
Should be a pig with a with an afro.
Hog Ross.
Hawk Ross!
There you go.
Fuck yeah!
Hog Ross, nice one.
That actually, yeah. That would work. I'll text him now.
Zo. Nou, zit jij heel stil, want anders hebben we een probleem. Close your clippers. Oh man, oh sorry about that. Look, yeah, when you want to get that last bit of frizziness out or hair, you know, at some certain point you have to start blending, right? Otherwise you're getting too much blending and then it's getting worse instead of better. So close your clippers, make sure he sits really straight. So, and then just like a beard trim, I'll look around my lines. And I clean up that last bit. Look, you don't have to, it doesn't work with all the hair. You don't have to do it with all the customers, but it's a nice technique to fuck it up.
Looks cool.
In the last second, right? I had it once with a friend of mine. I was doing an executive contour Just not too short, everything, and then completely on the skin on the top here. So he got a psycho grip. Yeah, from a nice, decent executive counter, but it worked. Why? It was 2 days before he went on his first tour through Europe for 6 weeks with his band. Yeah, he always had this decent kind of haircut, and I think after 6 weeks when he came back, he said, look, that's the best haircut you ever gave me. He probably got laid a lot, but that's, you know, it looked really good on stage. Yeah? So yeah. So when you have that last bit of thickness on top, yeah. Yeah, we cut our lines, just like a blonde line, but a little bit softer. You can always point cut and look it up, yeah? That's the nice thing about picking it up in dry hair. You really can see where you have to point cut. Yeah, I'm not just point cutting it everywhere, just looking it up where there's still some weight. And when you're done with that, sometimes you have the hair you can keep on cutting. If you go over the skin like this, like between the fingers, yeah, that's where a little bit of weight pops up. So that's really not the weight you get out of the length from the hair only. It's about the weight that comes because of the shape of the skull. So now I'm really following the shape of the skull, and then over there, only in the ends, there's that last bit of weight. So again, from which side? I can only do it from this side because I'm right-handed, right? So I'm doing 1 line, 2 lines, 3 lines. Not much with this hair, but when you have that really extreme thick hair, you're gonna see it's really nice way to get that out. So I have to say he has a pretty tight hairline already. Where did I leave the other?
Over there.
Ah, thank you. But still, look, I always finish it cleaning it with talcum powder. Just close your eyes. It's not only because it gets the hair off way easier, but it's also because it leaves a little bit of a thin layer where I can shave on. Instead of making it wet or using an oil, I'm using that thin layer of talcum powder on the skin to shave on. Yeah, and he doesn't really need it, but I always use my blade in the end. Even with the blonde hair, even with the perfect hairline. Look, I don't create a line, but I just clean it up. Yeah, so all the hairs that I left behind with the clip, with the clipper. And what it does not only make it more tight,